Hello, everybody, welcome back to some more Hermit Skies. In the last episode, we traveled to the end once again, and we fought the Chaos Guardian on the Chaos Island. And we actually did that twice, which got us 2 sets of Chaos Shards, which were 5 each, giving us 10 in total. And since then, I looked into the config files, because by default, every Chaos Island is 10,000 blocks away from the last. However, I looked into the configs, as I said, and found out in this mod pack, or at least in this version, they are actually 2,000 blocks away from each other. So there are a whole lot more of them that we skipped. So we went to 10,000, or like 10,000. We actually skipped like 4 of them that we could have gone to. So if I need to, or when I need to, because we do need a lot of Chaos Shards, as I kind of explained, I'm going to go back to those ones and kill that, because as we saw, I can one-shot the Chaos Guardian at this point, and it cannot kill us. Even the island that is supposed to take, I think, 1,000 shield off of a draconic armor, and also if it gets past that to kill you, you know, we shrugged that off because we cannot die anymore, which is pretty cool. But we're not going to be doing that today. Something we are doing today is something I've been meaning to do for a very, very long time. I've been talking about it, doing it for ages, so much so that you know, it's almost as if it's my final goal. It isn't actually, but it is something I've been meaning to do for a very, very long time, and that is I want to create an automatic Wither killer, because as we see over here, we have a lot of draconic, awakened draconium stuff, which you may have noticed I took away at the lily pads of fertility for the moment. They're actually up here with this new seed we have, which is the Wither seed, the Wither skeleton seed, which, you know, is doing a lot, and apparently there's a lot of them on the floor, because I guess I didn't pick them up with my scythe. Apparently these are a bit too fast, maybe? Is it just too quick for it to go out? Why are you not? Maybe I need to do that. There we are. But oh, I've just worked out why I didn't do an import channel send thing. So that'll be why all that's broken. And apparently my whitelist got messed up at some point because I saw there was some withering essence in there. But nonetheless, this whole thing is now set up. I've got some lily pads of fertility on them. I stole them from over there since we don't really need it too much anymore. And this has been working a lot. I mean, I literally really only just put these down like maybe 5-10 minutes ago properly, and we've already got up to here, and I've been using them quite a lot because we can use the wither essence to make Wither skeleton skull. So 9 wither skeleton essence will make 1 wither skeleton skull. You can also make them for witherproof blocks and glass. And yeah, it's just a really cool thing that I want to do. And also it will get us more Cruxes. We can speed this up even more, and we can have a lot of Nether Stars on top of making a bunch of Nether Stars here. We can hopefully, if it produces the same speed this has been producing, we can be really rich in terms of EMC, and I think it will be even quicker than this passive EMC generation thing over here. But we're gonna have to get a few things to do that, and for the most part we actually have a lot of them already because I've been planning this for so long. So we're gonna get some witherproof glass, as I've been talking about. However, for that we need wither skeleton essence, which we have, which is good, but we also need hardened enderium glass, which is fairly easy. It's just obsidian dust and enderium blend in an induction smelter. I don't know if we have an induction smelter. I feel like we do. I feel like we made one. Here it is. Yes, induction smelter. I knew we had made it for something. I think it was for the slag. I'm not sure if it was though. So we need some enderium. Luckily, we have a bunch of enderium. We also need obsidian, or more accurately, obsidian dust. Now, I think if I just pulverize this down, it should do it. I'm not sure if we get any more from a... so obsidian dust, we get 4 from a pulverizer. Do we get any more from a sag melt? No. It might be faster to do sag melt though, because just speed of it is going to be a lot more. Plus it's... I think it's doing... Is it doing 8 per 1? I'm not actually sure. Instead of... Oh no, it is... Okay, I actually don't know what's going on here, but it looks like we're getting a lot. We got a lot more than we need anyway, because I think it's... Is it 1-to-4 ratio? I think it is. Let's go induction smelter. Yeah, 1-to-4 ratio gets us 2, so we need 4 stacks in total to get this done, which I think is perfectly fine. There we are. 4 stacks. So we're going to put that in, and this is going to produce slowly but surely, and then it should... Oh, we did it for the Fluxed Fighter Grow. Where's this stuff going? Right click. Ah, going right into there. That makes sense. I actually kind of set that up properly, that means. So that's actually going to be producing. That's going to be good, and let's just put the rest of this in here. That will create a lot of those, because again, it's a 1-to-1, technically, a 1 hardening Enderium glass to a weatherproof essence. So... you know, this will be 64 of those, which is more than we're actually going to need, but we might as well make them because we're not going to do much else with hardened Enderium glass. I'm not sure if there is too much of another thing. I can do a reservoir, pressurizing fluid tank, flux capacitor, a few other things which I could just use like quartz glass for, pretty much. Laser drills, those might be interesting. I don't know if those will be worth it, but let's put those in. And... yeah, we're just waiting even more for these. So, other than that, I have, or I should have, some reinforced obsidian. If I could spell, let's just gonna grab 5 stacks of that. That should be fine. You know, perfectly fine amount there. And then we'll get the final Enderium glass here and set this up. So if we... looks like we're actually... getting 2 stacks out of this. Oh, I guess we get 1 to 2. So 1 Enderium plus 4 obsidian is 2 glass. So we're actually going to get 2 stacks, which is fine. So, you know, we should have enough wither essence for that. If we don't, then I'd be very confused if we, or why we didn't. There we are. Sometimes it lags when you're making a lot of stuff. I don't really know why, but weatherproof glass and reinforced obsidian. And then the other thing we need to make is this thing called a def muffler thing. And then I think other than that, we should be good for what we need. Ah, that's a lie, actually. We're going to need something from Draconic Evolution, which we've kind of messed with. We're going to need a dislocator, which we... oh, I'm going to have to get another popped chorus fruit. So, chorus... luckily, we got a bunch from those islands exploding. So we're going to get one of those into here. We're then going to drop them into here. And there we are, chorus flowers. So that's going to go there. We have now got a dislocator. We're then going to get a dislocator receptacle, which I prepared for. And then we're going to get some of this draconium infused obsidian, which we picked up a bunch of that last episode, so that's fine. And I think other than that, we should, for the most part, be ready, except from one item we're going to have to create later, but we'll get onto that when we do. So, we're going to do this in the mining dimension, mainly because I don't want to bother making another dimension, and, you know, we don't use it for much. I mean, I've got the Gaia summoning thing, the enchantment thing, the portal, and that's pretty much it. We don't really use this for much else. So I'm going to go a little bit out, just so I'm not really messing too much up. We also need to make an angel block, because I remember we don't actually have one. I don't really know why we don't have one. I would have thought I'd crafted one by now. Oh, that's cool. Why don't we do it above this thing? This is a meteor, or used to be a meteor, before we destroyed it. So we're going to go quite high up in the air, and I'm slightly doing this from memory, if I'm perfectly honest, because I did this when not Sky Factory 3, I think Infinity had a sky block. I think it was that, or it might have been, no, I think it was Sky Factory had a sky block, and I created this thing, but I'm doing it completely off memory now. So I think it's roughly a 5x3x5 from what I remember. Also, these blocks are quite cool. They've got like 3D textures and stuff on them, which is really cool. Look, they kind of like indent a little bit. But this is just so we can hold the wither in here. And then we can do one of two things. We can either, with the dislocator, we can either transfer it below, above, or we could do it to a completely separate like cage. I think for the sake of simplicity and also cabling, I'm just going to put it below. So it drops here. Well, we're actually going to have to get rid of this base in a second, but then it will drop below and go here. I used to have it go like a little bit over here, but I don't really feel like it's too much of a worth doing, just because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the best thing to do. So we're going to fill this in with wither glass, and then we're going to fill in these 2 blocks because we need something called a mechanical user, because I don't think there's the autonomous activator. yeah, it doesn't look like it's here. I think I used to use those, but now they require power anyway, so I'm not as huge a fan of them. So mechanical users shouldn't have to use grid power, so they're fairly cheap. Other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we're gonna need. We're also gonna have to make some more levers, I guess. 1, 2, 3 sticks. How do we always run out of sticks? Let's just make 64 sticks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mechanical users 7. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luckily we've still got the roof as well. We'll put some reinforced weatherproof glass in there. So these 4 are going to be firing soul sand, and then these are going to be firing Wither Skeleton Skulls. Now, I'm not sure if I want to keep them as random slot or not, but we're going to place block on all of these, and those are going to be there we are. And always on. We've got always on, and we've got with a redstone signal. I think what I'm going to do is, because we don't want this always firing, though I think the way I did it is I might have done it with all of them and have them on a redstone pulse each, and I think I even did it with like vanilla redstone for the most part. But what we can actually do is have the soul sand as a base, because what can possibly happen then if we have them all firing at the same time, if there's a little bit of lag, then these might fire beforehand and won't work. Also, whilst we're here, let's just double check. Oh, we were lucky with that. This all is in one chunk, so we will have to possibly move those over. I mean, it is in with one chunk, so we should be fine, I think. But what I'm going to do is have these with redstone, and then the others always on, because then they'll just fire whenever. We're just going to do this with dimensional transceivers and energetic Ender IO cables as well. So what we should be able to do is, once I can kind of get in here and fire our pickaxe off a little bit, because our pickaxe, even though as powerful as it is, it does take a little while to get through this stuff because it's supposed to be reinforced. And I'm going to have to put my magnet back on, just make sure I get everything back. Perfect. So what we're actually going to need is we're going to need the dislocator receptacle, and then the obsidian, draconic infused obsidian, to go there. So if we were to do this, I'm not going to do it now, we can have this set up as a portal that will go to a certain place. So we're actually just, as they're going to place it below. I think that's the plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just the same once again. Just literally mirroring pretty much the bottom and top of these things. So we'll just put some more glass in. And this we can actually fill with glass because we're obviously not setting up the wither. So what I'm going to do is not do that yet. We're going to bind that to there. We should then be able to put... how do we do this? It's been a while since I've used these things. I'm not sure if it's... There we are. So I don't know if it needed a block clear at the bottom or something, but basically whatever falls through there now is going to... Well, that's a massive block. Why does it do that but not on the... Maybe it's because it's a stack. But what we can do now is we can use this as an example. We'll get rid of the top block here, which I don't know if the glass is a lot easier to destroy or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. But you can see we drop pretty much straight into there. So the wither is going to just instantly get moved into here, and we should be good. So now we can fill that up. We don't want anything going in there. We'll fill that up also. And then we need this thing actually to go, I don't really know, anywhere, I guess. As long as it's kind of on the outskirts, not directly under, I think we should be good. And then we put the sunglasses on. It should also close or clear us of the little boss bar as well. So this is, for the most part, now all set up. We just need a dimensional transceiver. Well, we're actually going to need 2, I think. One is going to go here, and then one is going to go here because I'm lazy with cables and stuff. We're actually just going to put it there because one is going to be transferring, one is going to be receiving. And we're actually going to need something else called an item collector because, as far as I'm aware, this is sort of the only the only item, or the only sort of vacuum chest collector sort of thing that actually goes through like walls and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some cobblestone there. We're actually just going to put like a diamond chest, because I should probably, yeah, just put a diamond chest down, because I think it needs actually an inventory to go into first. How are we going to, okay. Diamond chest. So we are going to need a golden chest. Have we got any iron chests? No, we haven't. So we're going to go iron, golden, diamond. I thought I had a spare diamond chest, but I guess not. Or maybe I used it for something. So you should be able to go on there. And that's going to be hopefully a high enough radius. It should be. I don't see why not. And we'll just do, you know, maximum, just so... Whoa, why did it do that? There we are. So that should then pick them there. It looks like it's a pretty good... I might put it up 1 or 2 blocks, but nonetheless, we should be fine. So we're going to have to make a new... well, we can actually do a send to import, but we're going to make a new channel for this thing called Wither. And then add that. We're going to receive from Wither, and then we're going to send stuff through. But what we're going to do now is item conduits and filters, and I guess speed upgrades will also be good. So we're going to do this, which is nice, and then we're going to put insert, 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 you know, just the same thing over and over again. And there we are. So I'm hoping, my worry here is because I'm using these cables, I'm not sure if I can, if I put a filter in maybe. No, okay, I was hoping to maybe get like a round robin. Ah, no, maybe I can do it here with the extract. So we want to have a round robin enabled. We're going to have some filters into these things. So we'll just filter these into the filter slots. And then we're going to have 2, obviously, items going into there. We're going to have soul sand, which I actually did prepare some. And we're going to have wither skeleton skulls, which we are now missing, I think, 1 in total, because we had 191 and we need 192. So those all go in here. And the plan is for round robin to hopefully work. And I'll explain how I'm going to be setting this up. So it's not going to be automated out of our system because of the way I'm going to do it. But I'm not really too fussed about that. We're just going to have some item upgrades there. And we don't need power, I don't think. But I think it needs power to charge itself. So we're going to receive main power. And then we're going to receive from Wither. This is going to receive main power and send to import. And then we're going to have the stuff work here. I'm going to get this cobblestone. I actually want to slightly put that a little bit further up, just because I'm a little bit worried. Like, I'm not worried about it. It's just the fact that it feels like it's just too far away, like needlessly too far away. So let's just increase these. Is that a filter or something? Maybe it is. But those will still be increased. Then we're going to have going into here. We'll export, always on. We'll have some upgrades go in there, because why not? We'll have insert, and that'll all go into import, which is fine. So this should, for the most part, be set up, except from one thing. Yes, we can set up the Wither going in here, but killing it is what we're missing. So we are going to have to quickly, we're going to set up a little thing. Actually, I'm going to set it on my dislocator as well. So we're going to add new Wither and then commit, just so I can get back here a little bit easier. And then I guess I can just teleport back to the base. So we're going to have to create 1 item, which we have yet to actually do. I think we should be fine, and we can get rid of all these now. We have, as I said, 1 item that we need to just get, which is something from Draconic Evolution, actually. So we need a mob grinder, because I don't really know many other good. This actually works in a 9x9 area, so it's pretty good, and it as far as I'm aware, kills it in one hit. So there's two ways we can make it, either with a Zenith Furnace or an Ultimate Furnace. Because I have so many Zenith Furnaces, and we got one from our loot bag, I'm going to be using that for this. In fact, do we have any spares? Okay, so we've only got the one. That's still fine. So for the most part, we've got the Wyvern Core, the Zenith Furnace. We have to do an Energy Core, which should be fairly easy. It's just a bit of crafting up in all this stuff. So then that, then there, and apparently I'm missing both of that. Oh, it's because it's the conductance, not receptance, whatever one it is. So that should be fine. And then we've got those three. We need iridium plates, so I need iridium. I need 4 iridium ingots going into a compactor. There we are, into a press. That was it. So they should be fine. No change in EMC. I thought there might be, but I guess it makes sense that there isn't, but I thought maybe for power it would be doing that. And then we're going to need these two, which is Swords of the Wyvern, which we have not made. I don't know if there's a quest for it, actually. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we never completed Chaos Guardian. Oh, that was a thing. So that's for Draconic Staff. Okay, so not a huge deal, but we need to create these. We need some Wyvern cores, Wyvern other cores. I'm not going to use the Wrath of Herobrine. I'm going to create 2 brand new swords for this. Don't know why I thought they'd stack for a moment. So yeah, we actually need 2 more Wyvern cores and 2 of the other things. So if I could click on the right thing, we need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some Nether Stars. 4 in total. Some Draconium blocks. We actually need 2 more than we have. That's fine. Oh, we already have some extra Wyvern cores. Oh, that's perfect. I just need these things then, and these are fairly easy to make. Actually, I just need. I don't actually know where I got those 4 from, so I actually don't need that whole thing, and I've just accidentally made more cores than I need. So yeah, redstone blocks. I need 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And eventually 2 of those. And I think we should now have enough except the draconic blocks, which we're going to need 4 of now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 swords. 1, 2. There we are. I want to make sure I got diamond swords. Do I still have my Wrath of Herobrine and divine sword? I do indeed. And damn it. Draconic. Is it because they hold different charges? I'm not sure. Mob grinder. There we are. We now have the Draconic Grinder, which is also another quest completed, which is pretty damn nice. So we're gonna... Don't know why I went through there. I could just go back to Wither. Whoa! Stuff going weird there. So that's fine. That's got power. That's, from what I understand, you can actually power it from RF, or you can have it powered from furnace stuff, but don't really see the point in that. So now, I'm just gonna do... Actually, I'm gonna do it from here. So I'm gonna create a chest. I'm just gonna have a... Actually, I think I'm gonna go for a diamond chest again. Just for the ease of having it extra. And then we're going to set this up and see if the round robin works. That's the main thing I'm trying to get out of this. So we need Wither Skeleton Skulls, which I'm gonna have to create 1 more of for the sake of this. So 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need some soul sand. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 1 extra, that's fine. And then we need a dimensional transceiver. And I'll probably get an angel block also, just to go here. And then we'll pop over here. Oh, I need a chunk loader as well. Luckily, I had 1 spare from when I did the terrain flat thing. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put the timer... We'll just have it, or the chunk loader here. Ah, and we also need a timer. That was another thing. So... What's the best timer we have? Just an RF Tools one? That's fine. Machine thingy. And then luckily I've got a load of redstone circuits remaining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I should actually be able to just... And so 20 seconds is a tick. 600 is going to be half a minute. So I'm actually just going to be doing that for the moment, just so we get it on a fairly good decent thing. Let's just check lasers. Yeah, that's all fit in there. That's fine. I might change it to once a minute or half a minute, or I might even lower it to feel like 15 seconds. I'm not sure how long it takes a wither to be killable. I don't want them stacking up and having any issues there. But for the most part, I think we should be good now with that. So we are going to go over here. We're going to set up a diamond chest. I need an item conduit. An upgrade, even though there's no real point for the upgrade, but whatever. And then I need that cable back. There we are. Dimensional transceiver is going to go here. We're going to gain power. We're going to send wither. We're then going to insert and then try and do this. So hopefully this, as I said, round robins, this sort of thing. Did I not set this up to extract? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So now, 464. Yeah, see, this is my issue. You got 4. You got 4. You got 64. 4. Where did all these items go? Where did me items go, eh? It shouldn't have gone, like, there's 4 of those. 4, 8, 12. I've lost items from this. And I'm not sure where they've gone. Maybe if I put a chest somewhere, like here. Am I gonna get my items back? No. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's attempt number 2. We're gonna pick up these items out of here. And I guess I'll see if I can jump in and pick up those 2. Is this on? No, it isn't. Okay, cool. And hopefully... There we are. Right. So, genuinely no idea what happened there. That shouldn't have happened in any which way. Did I somehow mess up this? And somehow, I don't know. So, basically, we're going to put these back in. And same with the cables. We're going to set that up. And we're going to go to wither. We now have 10k wither thingies. So I'm just going to create 1, 2. And then we're going to have a stack from there. Soul sand is nether stuff. So it should just be that. All right, 4 of those. Now, I'm going to put them actually with no upgrades in. So we're going to have... How is that being set up then? 12, 12, 8. So is that going to be 64 back? Or is it going to be... That's not 64. That's half. Half of them are going missing. Half of me cables, half me stuff has disappeared. I need to do a lot of research, it seems, into what on earth is going on here. Maybe I've somehow mixed up my channels, or I genuinely no idea. It's really confusing me. I think I might have found a way to fix this, but it's not the most elegant solution. Basically, this setup will eventually be in the overworld. That's fine. But this is how I've got it set up for now. So I've basically had to move this dimensional transceiver down 1 block, which means it's now powering the mob grinder, which I'm fine with. Which means I got to move this transceiver a little bit further down, which is quite nice. I made a new channel, made it private. That actually didn't change anything. What I actually did is I've got it so it's actually exporting into a chest, which made me double check that everything was coming through, because it seemed I put 3 stacks of Wither Skulls through, I got 1.5 out. But now it seems if I get the Wither Skulls and Skulls, so 1, 2, 3, and then the Soul Sand, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we put this all through, so we'll actually just quickly disable this again, so it's never active for the moment. We'll put these through. They'll go through fairly quickly because we've obviously got the 15 item conduit speed upgrades, but they're going to go a bit slow because they're only going through bit by bit. They've all gone through now. So if we set this, it will go to export these out, and round robin now seems to work. For some reason, round robin out of here didn't like working, but now if we go into here, these each have 64 in them. I'm not sure if it was round robin that was was breaking something. When I turned it off, all of them, I put 3 sets of Wither Skulls and Skulls through. It all went into this top one, so this did have all 3, so it didn't half the amount. I just don't know where the other stuff was going. And obviously, when I round robined for the Soul Sand, it only went to this one and this one for some reason. And then, you know, at one point it was 64 in here, 64 in here, 64 in here, and then 60 in here. Don't know what was going on, but this seems to have fixed it nonetheless. So this is gonna be some sort of setup. I haven't actually seen it go off yet. Maybe because, I guess because it didn't have the Soul Sand here, it didn't actually fire. But we can actually see the timers going down. So when this fires off, this should show if it works. If it doesn't, then we'll have to make some more preparations. But okay, so that seems to not want to go off. Maybe it's because it's not... Like, I could just put some redstone here. Maybe that'll fix it. We'll just wait. You know, 600 ticks isn't too much. I think it's half a minute, so 30 seconds shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if it physically has to then go into to a redstone thing first before it will go into a conduit connector, but let's find out. Oh, that's weird. That is... Or maybe we have to do it on pulse. Maybe pulse will do it. I'm not sure. You can't really see this light up, which is my concern. It does seem to connect though, so... And this definitely went off in terms of redstone, like actually powering on. So it could have been I just had it on the wrong thing. Maybe it's pulse that I need it on. Nope. Again. Even that didn't work for some reason. Or is it use item on block? Let's actually check. Let's check with always on. Ah, so I just had it on the wrong thing. That's fine. So I'm actually going to use item on block. Oh, we need redstone, use item on block, and then I'm just going to get that one back because it shouldn't be there. Put it back into here and we should be good. Oh, you're still set to always on, aren't you? That would make sense as to why that happened. So we need to get these back because it's just picking up from where we left off. So 64 in there should be good. Now, hopefully I can just set this back up here. Or is it like this? Or like this? Nope. Okay, cool. There we are. So yeah, with this setup, shouldn't explode anything. Hopefully. We obviously don't have the thing. And yeah, the Wither has learned more about you. I think if we turn our dislocator off, it's gonna do this better. Because it should go into here, which... Did I not set it to input into here? I don't think I did. No, so those will go in there. That should get us quite a few bits of Superium, which is quite nice. And it should, there we are. So it's instantly puts down the Soul Sand again, but then the Wither does that. So it looks like 30 seconds is kind of a nice sweet spot. Maybe 20 seconds is a perfect thing. We're going to have the Wither has learned more about you happen quite a lot. I'm not sure if there's any way if like maybe we're not in this dimension. If we go back, if we wait for it to spawn and then leave, it'll be chunk loaded That's fine. So we're going to leave now. Because if it keeps saying that, it's going to be really, really annoying. So let's look up Nether Star. And then Supremium. So we should see Supremium Essence and Nether Stars both go up. And we'll see Withering Souls if they do. So I felt like it just went up a minute ago, but I'm not sure. Just gonna have to wait to see, I guess. There we are. So yeah, it seems like whilst we're in the dimension, not in the dimension, doesn't seem to have an effect. So we have, before we started this, we had 6 Withering Souls. I want to have a look now. 8 now. Okay, so we're slowly getting there because, as I said, we want to get this maxed out today. There's currently 80 slots available in total because obviously the 81st of the 9x9 is in the middle with this stuff. So we have 4 there now. So we have, 80. We've got 4 already, so we need 76. Each Crux requires 2 Withering Souls, so we need 76 times 2, which is what, 152, I think that would be. We're going to need some Nether Stars, which isn't difficult. We're going to need some blocks of diamonds, not too difficult. And the Supremium, I'm assuming by the time we get the 152 Withering Souls, we'll have enough Supremium. It's just Insanium that I'm worried about, because Insanium is required for these seeds. But we'll get to that, I guess, when we work that out. Actually, 76 seeds, we actually probably want to start crafting those. So 76 of those. I'm not sure how much it's going to take, but I guess we can just wait a while because we're going to have to wait for the Cruxes anyway. It's only going to do 64 though, so we definitely need to refill that and probably bring all the stuff I set it up with back over to here so we can actually have some sort of decent setup. But this is going to take a while. I guess I'll look for 76 seeds, how long it's going to take, etc, etc. But I'll see you in a little bit when we've got everything together for this. A considerable amount of time later, and I think we are all sorted for this. So, we have pretty much all the stuff, hopefully, for a Nether Star Crux, or 76 of them. So we're going to need some Supremium Essence, which we've been getting 2 per kill. We're going to need 152, I think we said, of the Withering Souls. 76 blocks of diamond, quite a lot of Nether Stars. But if we look at Nether Stars, we're fine in that regard. Supremium, we're pretty good there. Insanium is what we're going to need. I've made enough, exactly enough, actually, for the seeds that we're going to have, so I'm just going to get the blocks done. Nicely enough, minus the 32 we already had, it was actually 64 blocks, which was really nice. It made it easier to craft, but 608 of those, and then we need the Withering Souls, which we've been going for quite a lot of time, and we've now got 237. Though, to be fair, I don't think we're ever going to need them again, because once we made the Nether Star Cruxes, we're fine, and then the only other thing they can be used for is to make 3 Wither Skeleton Skulls, which really, that isn't worth it in my opinion, especially when you can either kill for a lot easier than that drop chance, or you can just make Wither Skeleton Essence, or a spawner, or you can get Withered Ribs and Skeleton Skulls, especially when you have a looting 40. It's quite good. Or you can have 64 Skeleton Skulls and put them into there using a compressor. So I guess if you have a mob farm with diamond spikes, that'll be quite good as well. I mean, if we come over here quickly, I'm going to turn my magnet. No, it's already off. That's fine. Let's see. Skeleton Skulls. So we could make 1, 2, 3, 4 heads if we wanted to. If it wasn't otherwise incredibly easy to do so. But I have put this one onto diamond spikes just so we can get a few items, but most of them are being thrown away. It was mainly for catalyzing glands so that I can get lily pads of fertility quicker, but this should be us sorted. We just need to look at our seeds. We have 76 crafting, tier 5 crafting seeds. We're going to get some Insanium. Hopefully I've got this correct because these do take forever to craft otherwise. So it should be 76, yep, that's fine. So if we do that, it'll be 60, 76. That's half the amount we need, so 608, 304 to do that, and then we're going to make some diamond blocks, which we already have a bunch of, because we found those ones a little while back. So 76. I accidentally just made an absolute tongue because I forgot I had so much more Withering Souls. Oops, I guess we'll just store those for a moment because we're only going to actually need those. We now have far too many. We have 42 too many. I guess if we ever expand, it's there. And I can always make more Awakened Draconium Cruxes quite easily. And then we're going to need Nether Star Seeds, which are right here. We're going to be crafting up those. There we are. That's a perfect amount there. So, gonna just... I think we're actually just going to take everything out there. Oh, it looks like the tilled grass, the fertilized dirt. Can we just not make it or something? Or is it because it's tilled? Looks like it is. Okay, we've got a nice bugged block. That's always nice. So we're then going to pick up these. I should probably turn my magnet on. That would make sense. Except let's get a little bit away from here because it always messes up. Doesn't that look... well, actually exactly the same. It doesn't actually even look too much different. So we'll do this. Apparently... oh, no, I was going to say apparently we never put our growth accelerators back, but I guess I just... destroyed them there. Yeah, 64 and 16 should be fine. We're going to get the wand out. We're going to use this to set this up, and we should hopefully, from this, be creating an absolute ton of Nether Star shards. So that should be all that sorted. We're then going to jump under here so that we can do this. And I'm just going to quickly put these here so we don't have any issues with that. And then I need my wand again, because that's how that works. Boom, 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 boom. And hopefully this just means we never, ever have to do this again, because it took forever. So that's them sorted. I can also actually, whilst I'm here, get rid of these. Oh, I didn't realize it would do that. Okay, we'll fix that in just a little bit. Apparently, my brain ain't working today, because that would have made sense. So luckily, it looks like these are all tilled, as I said. Even though I think I only had a few of them actually tilled beforehand, so I guess it just took the block state of the one I destroyed, or the block state of the ones that were somewhat put down, because only some of them were put down and tilled. It was like only 4, I think it was. So something I want to check from this is, if I were to take away this, yeah, it gives me the normal block. So I'm not particularly sure what's happened there. But we can put these all here. They should start growing super quickly. And I do want to make sure you get hoed properly. There you are. One block I put back wrong. And this should now start creating or harvesting fairly quickly. And it should make us a lot. Because again, we are creating Nether Star blocks passively. I'm just not sure if this will actually be quicker. If not, it's still an extra boost on top of that, which is really nice. And worst case scenario, we can always get an imaginary time block, which is still up with the skeletons, I think, and then a scythe, and then be done with all that. Is it not up here? Apparently it's not up here. Where did I put my imaginary time block? Ah, it's here with my Inferium. That's why, yeah, I needed a lot of Inferium for this. So, yeah, a lot of Inferium to make Insanium. So that was why. And then we can get our scythe out. Wherever it is, our paper scythe. And just hold right click. Or we can set an auto clicker even and do that. And it's not going to make seeds, which is actually really nice. So what we can do is, dislocator. I need that back. We can throw these items back in. Now, unfortunately, it's going to give us some fertilized essence. But if we do this correctly, and once we put this stuff back in... where's that wand? Don't know if it works for slabs. It does do. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because that's how I made most of this platform. But yeah, once we fill this in, we can clear our inventory, which should be good. And then, once we've cleared our inventory, we will have a clear inventory, which will allow us to have quite a lot of Wither or Nether Star essence in our inventory for quite a lot longer, which should be good. So once these are in, there we are. We can put these in for the moment. Let's get rid of you, and we get rid of you for the moment. And the wand. So starting from nothing. We will see how long, I guess, it takes us to get to max capacity in our inventory. Now, obviously, we also have the imaginary time block. It's going to speed up ticks considerably, but still, we can keep them there if we need to, because I think I kept it there with the Awakened Draconium. If I didn't, then, you know, it produced, or would produce even more otherwise. But we can just actually just stay in one block, pretty much. We don't really need to move around. It's not actually giving us much worry, but yeah. Full inventory. Didn't take us long. And that's however many stacks of that all sorted out, which is super nice. So, 20k. Actually, let's see. Let us see how many that would actually create, because I think it would be slightly interesting to see that. So, we need one more. Luckily, it's so quick. So quick. Right, and then let's see how many Nether Stars we get into our inventory through this much. So 137, we'll actually take these out of our inventory, and then we'll put in all of this and see how much we've got. So we got 745 quite easily from that, and we've still got more to go. We can make, like, you know, however many more now, 1, 2, 3 more, you know, plus the 64 and 9 we had. It's a lot. And this thing is producing. I wish it would somehow go faster, but I can't really find a way to do that at the moment. So for now, we've got to deal with what we have, which is still overly insanely over the top. So I'm not too fussed about it. But that is going to be it for now, I think. It took us a very long time, even though it maybe didn't seem like it. Actually, there's one thing I've been meaning to do for a little while now. I have been meaning to upgrade. I don't know if I'll have enough. Yeah, it looks like I might have enough. I wanted to upgrade these Ludicrite blocks to Awakened Draconium just because, you know, we can. So let's see how many we get. 64 and 57, so we're going to need a few more. So, just 2 more there. So we'll make 1 more block, and then we need to make 4 more blocks. So 4 times 9 is 36. So let's make 36 more ingots, which shouldn't take all that long when it eventually speeds up. There we are. And 36, and that should be enough blocks. So 57, 57. Quite good. And I know, obviously, this isn't needed. This is going over the top. But we have now gone from, I think it's 60 times. Let's actually have a little look up here. We've gone from 60 times with the Ludicrite blocks. We could have gone 120 times, so double that with the superheating element. But we've actually gone from 60 times to 480 times. So if we were to double here, we've now times that by 4. So we've times by 8, I think. It's a lot. And I think in you know, celebration of that fact, we should definitely replace this this demonically gargantuan drum. So I'm actually going to get rid of all this stuff because we don't need it here anymore. Also gets us 2 more diamond chests back, which is nice. We'll put our wand back as well. This is our demonically gargantuan drum. Actually, how about we try and do that massive steel tank that I was talking about that one time? I feel like that would be the better way of doing it, because it might, in theory, get higher than this. Because we do have, if you didn't know, another demonically gargantuan drum that was already filled, so it's not taking a while to fill this one up again. So I'm actually going to look back into that, and maybe we'll do that as a little add-on to the end of this, even though it has taken a while to get the wither skeletons. It's just, or the withers sorted out. It's just a nice little extra thing that I've been meaning to do again for a long time. So, you know, in the spirit of waiting to do things for a long time, why don't we do it now? So, in the end, I decided just to go with another demonically gargantuan drum, basically because this, as we know, has 65,536,000 in, you know, millibuckets that it can hold, whereas working with an 11 by 11 by 18, which is what we can do because the dynamic tanks work with, can go up to 18 by 18 by 18. If we were to do 11 by 11, which is what this is, and then by 18 up there, that only holds 34,848,000, which is nearly half of actually what this holds. So I personally think it's just better that we start a new drum, which I have done. As you can see, it's got 3 million in it. It's not filling up too slowly, but you know, we've got these producing quite a lot, so it shouldn't take too long because you know these are producing, and then you know, I've got a few weird cobblestone textures, but these basically are now creating lava at a rate of 480 times, and I think that's per second. So that takes about 2 seconds in total for us to make a bucket of lava. And again, we're never going to need that much, but it's always nice to have. And also from what I found is that dynamic tanks do not have dynamic glass for some reason from Mechanism. So we wouldn't even be able to see all our lava. It will just kind of be an ugly grey blob, which kind of sucks. Maybe if the glass somehow appears, or if I maybe missed it, then maybe we'll do it. Or maybe we'll have an 18 by 18 area, even though it's bigger than the chunk. Or this area, which is based off a chunk. But yeah, maybe we'll do it, but probably not for now. We're just gonna deal with what we have here for the moment, because I think it's enough. And we now have 2 demonically gargantuan drums, each with 36,000 rather. So that is over 130 million millibuckets of lava and growing. So either way, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And in the coming episodes, we're just going to finish off the book eventually. And since now neutronium ingots are so easy to get, and I have a compacting drawer which has 12,111, I definitely do want to get around to doing that like 100 loot box opening, because also we're going to be creating quite a lot of EMC with this thing. So, you know, we're going to have the EMC to work with, plus the emerald's still mining, so we shouldn't be able to worry for doing that. And also this is still producing a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to try and get exactly how much it is for... How much is it for this thing? Like if I were to do 100 of these, I need 300 catalyst, 1,600... Yeah, 1,600 neutronium ingots and 600 crystal matrix ingots, which is... in terms of the crystal matrix and infinity catalyst, that's around about how much we did for this stuff. So... I think actually less, so we should be good. It just needs a lot of time for cooldowns. But either way, that's gonna be it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.